Sam Darley here, and tonight I'm going to talk to you about the Knicks stalling on the Carmelo Anthony trade to the Houston Rockets. And the Houston Astros are back in action, up 10-4 in the fifth over the Minnesota Twins. Boy, what are the Knicks thinking? I mean, the Knicks continue to be the Knicks. They're trying to convince Carmelo Anthony that with new management, new GM in place, that things are going to be different in New York. Melo's not happy. He wants to leave, and he should. He has to. He's at 32, 33 years of age. He's in his 30s. He's losing. He's exiting his prime. He's in the twilight of his career. Why would he want to spend the twilight years on a bad team? He's matured now to a point where he wants to win a championship. And the best opportunities to do that are in Houston or Cleveland. But the Knicks want. Here's what the Knicks want. They want draft picks. They want a veteran that has a cap-friendly contract, which Ryan Anderson doesn't, so the Rockets have to get a fourth or fifth team involved. And it's just a nightmare. It's just an absolute nightmare for the Rockets, because the Rockets, to me, there's not much the Rockets can trade, and there's really nothing the Cavaliers can offer, because the Knicks are also wanting a young player. So the Knicks, if the Wiggins deal for Kevin Love hadn't gone down, that would have been, the Cavaliers could have offered that. The Cavaliers could have offered that deal and got Carmelo Anthony. But again, the numbers have to match up. The money has to match for the league to really accept this trade, because really this all goes back to when the Lakers acquired Pau Gasol. Way back in the day, the money didn't match and everybody was furious. Well, now you got teams trying to make the money match, the salaries match. And we go back to the Chris Paul trade. The money and the everything matched. Everything. It was a pretty fair trade. But there goes the NBA Knicks that deal, and the rest is history. My point is, the only way to make it work is if Ryan Anderson for the Rockets is involved in the deal. And I haven't took a look at the Cavaliers contract situations for their players, but I'm pretty sure they don't have a lot of guys that are mediocre contracts, unless they're talking about Tristan Thompson. So that means the third or fourth team has to get involved in the deal. That means that third or fourth team has to accept, whatever offer is being put on the table, and it's just a mess. The bottom line is, if I was Carmelo Anthony, I would hold out. There is no sense in playing for a team that you don't want to play for. It isn't a contender. It isn't going to go to anywhere near close to, isn't going to really have a shot of a championship. So, where does that, what, the Knicks really aren't, they might as well take what the Rockets are giving up, count their losses, because they're not a free agent destination anymore. The Knicks believe because they're New York, they can acquire free agents. That's not going to happen. This is the same predicament the Lakers have put themselves in. In Kobe's twilight years, that they're, the Lakers, that they're the premier destination place for a big name free agent. And the truth is, that's not even the case. That's not the case for the Knicks. The Knicks are not a marquee team. They're not a good team. It's not. Nobody really wants to play in New York. So, and you see Melo now. Now it's 10-5. Astros over the Twins. Astros letting the Twins back in the game. Sorry about that. The Knicks are not a marquee destination for free agents. Why would you? And you got the superstar that wants to leave. He wants to go play somewhere else. I would just cut your losses, trade Carmelo Anthony, make him happy, and start your rebuild. Start rebuilding. Build around Kristaps Porzingis. He's a hell of a player, superstar in the making. Start from there and just try and build a team around him if he doesn't leave. So, this whole Melo situation has just turned into a big giant mess. We'll see what happens. Speaking of the Astros, are back in action. It was 10-1. It's 10-5. The Astros were in the talks of getting Jose Quintana from the Chicago White Sox. Well, guess what? The Chicago White Sox sent Jose Quintana to the Chicago Cubs. Jeff Luhnow needs to make a trade for a starting pitcher. I don't care what you say about the record. The Astros need starting pitching. Charlie Morton's pitching tonight. You're not going to win a World Series with him as number 3. There's Garrett Cole. There's Chris Archer. I know the Rays are in the race. They're in the wild card. They're in the hunt. But they're not a playoff team. They're not a good team. They're not a team that's going to do anything in the playoffs. And the reality is this is the reality. Okay? You've got Boston, you've got Cleveland, you've got Houston, and you got the Yankees. Those are the teams that have the best chance of winning the World Series in the American League. But those are also the teams. The top 2 are Boston and Cleveland. If you're Houston and New York, you need to make deals. You need to make your roster a little bit stronger if you're going to knock those 2 big dogs out of the playoffs. And this is no longer about being the best team in baseball. This is about chasing the championship. And I think the Chicago Cubs, given the fact that they haven't had a good first half of the season, they're trying to get their stuff going. They're trying to get going. They're trying to make a run at this to go back to back. They've got the talent. The pitching has been suspect, so they went and got another arm. That's what the Astros have to do. I mean, I'm not saying sell the farm, but you clearly don't have the rotation. You clearly don't have the bullpen to get it done. I mean, they're playing in a very weak division. They are. They've taken advantage of a very weak AL West. And it's no disrespect to the Astros. It's not taking anything away from them. But those losses against the Indians and the Red Sox are measuring stick losses. And they haven't played well against Boston and Cleveland. And just in my eyes, they have 2 aces. Colin McHugh may not ever return to form. I'm talking about the 19-win form. He may never do that. He's been out all the season long with an arm problem. He's making rehab starts. He's on the mend. But again, can you realistically look me dead in the eye and say that's McCullers and Dallas Keuchel can remain healthy? I mean, okay, you can say that about any team in the league. But the fact is, you need your aces. You need your best pitchers for the playoffs, and the Astros only really have 2 in the rotation. Morton is solid, but he's not the kind of guy. He's nothing really to write home about. So the Astros need to go get another starting pitcher, and maybe look into trying to get into where they can bolster their bullpen. Tony Sepp is terrible. Luke Gregerson has been pretty bad this year. At least at the start, he's picking it up lately, but. I think the Astros need to think about bullpen options for the back end. So, we'll see what happens. The trade deadline is not till July 31st. Funny enough, the Astros will host the Tampa Bay Rays. So, you never know. Chris Archer might not have to go anywhere. We'll see what happens. This has been Sam Darley. Thank you for watching.